Hi, I'm Ben. I am part of Team Army-41, hacking for MOD. This is not our final presentation, sorry, but I'm one of the 5 members down here below that you can see that are working on this. I wanted to give you guys just a brief rundown of our solution. So we started about 8 weeks ago. We were given this problem statement here. Oh, here we go. The pitfalls of parking helicopters. Frontline air crews need a way to identify the optimal helicopter landing sites on missions against known helicopter type sizes in order to minimize the risks when landing in unknown locations and to better support time-critical helicopter missions going forwards. So if we interviewed a whole bunch of pilots, we interviewed a whole bunch of air crew, a whole bunch of data analysts, geo branch, they mentioned that if there was a mission planned that they didn't have enough time to find an adequate landing site, the air crew could literally just be sent off without a landing site or with a rough landing site, which could provide a bad experience, really. Landing in a bog or something that isn't appropriate, it can cause damage to the helicopter and also cause damage to you guys. So we then created this. It is a map. This is version 1 of our little map. It took public data, so publicly available satellite images and everything like that. It identified, using another batch of public data, what was identified as parks. And so this is basically highlighting parks. You can see not all the parks are highlighted. If it wasn't publicly stated as a park, the software wouldn't pick it up just yet. This is the first version of that. We spent, the idea is, sorry for the crudely drawn picture, the idea is we wanted to give the most high fidelity map possible to the air crew before they set off, so that they would feel comfortable landing and they would feel confident knowing where they were going, what they were doing, where they were landing. We started off with a couple of other routes to go down. At one point we even had parking sensors attached to the blades of the helicopter or the rotors of the helicopter, so it would beep if you got close to a tree or an obstruction. We were really desperate to try and find some sort of solution, guys, so we settled with the software route at the end. So I'm jumping through here. We used QGIS, which is open source software, and one of the guys called Leonard sat down and see he's I just noticed the fact that he's got his news in German. It makes sense because he is German. And he sat down and he organized this, and he changed it so that instead of just showing us the parks, it would also show you oh, I don't have the screenshot. It would also show you suitable landing spots. So, but anyway, the idea behind this one is to use QGIS, and he's updated it now. So when we run it, please excuse John Cena in the corner. So this is Graz in Australia. Australia, god damn it, I'm so sorry. It's really late, gentlemen, and I'm making sure I get you this video ASAP so that you can give us a little review. But basically, you point it anywhere on the map, anywhere on the globe. You say, find me a landing spot, and it will crunch the algorithm, and it come back with this. So the red blobs indicate something that's too steep to land. Then obviously the orange and yellow would be slightly steeper, and then yellow is like slightly okay. But the green blobs is kind of what we're looking for here. Now, the idea is we'd have this on like an app, and you would be able to just open it, hit go, and it would show you this. And you'd be like, perfect, I'm flying right over this right now. There's a few landing spots here. This one looks the most safe, or this one looks safe. And then you would point your helicopter towards that, do an orbit, hopefully it would meet your requirements, and you would land. That's the idea behind this. We want it to be quick and easy, no hassle. The numbers are to identify how many helicopters you could probably fit in that park. This is depending on the size of the helicopter. You're not going to fit 5 Chinooks in that park. If you have a beefcake helicopter, it's going to be, you would have to change that in the algorithm so that it would know what to specify and the size that you would need to land. That would all change based on what you are flying. But the idea behind this one is it shows you can land anywhere. Thailand, we just grabbed a random part in Thailand, and this is it. There's places you can land. There's a little helicopter landing. We've got Istanbul, Port the joke is the helicopter didn't land in Portsmouth because it's a bit of a dodgy area, and that's an in-house joke because we're all studying here. So, but yeah, so you would be able to see this. You'd be like, wow, okay, perfect. This was like a nice big green spot. Do an orbit around that, and make sure it's safe for you, and then land, no stress. That's the idea. We then discovered a company called Airbox, who is doing the bee's knees when it comes to, if you're flying a helicopter, any man, woman, or child flying a helicopter these days needs to use this software. I've seen it demoed. I only have a screenshot for you guys, but I've seen it demoed. It is basically Google Maps. While you, like, you know, when you hit Google Maps, you program a route, you hit go on your car, and it tells you take a left, take a right. It's like that, except it has so many features: wind speed, vertical obstructions. When you're flying in a helicopter, it knows what speed you're at. It has a cone in front of your direction, and it beeps and vibrates. That's optional, but it beeps and vibrates if your cone is entering a vertical obstruction. So even if you're getting close to something in front of you that could be an issue, it'll let you know. And I just think that is like exactly what I would want if I was trying to fly a helicopter. I couldn't even drive a car, right? But I would want this in my car, like, if I could. I can't show you the video because I'm going to get copyright striked. I will link it though. Here is a screenshot of it. So it was, we're just trying to track in demo. So here is our little guy, and it was showing us the altitude, wind speed, all kinds of cool things that could be helpful. It has live video and everything like that as well, which I thought was really cool. But basically it's the bee's knees, and it even has scaling, so you could like Google Maps, right? You open up, you zoom in, you think, okay, I'm gonna land there. How big is that really? You could open like a little like I think with 3 taps you could get a ruler, and it could show you how big your helicopter is, how big the space is that you're trying to observe here. And I thought that was amazing because that's something that we were told by pilots that they would like. They would like to have adequate scaling, and this thing offers that. Then what we've got here is Airbox even have a commercial available product. So this is more military orientated, the ACAN software. The runway software is for pilots who are flying commercially. Very similar features, but not. I don't think it's as. I'm not too sure at the moment, to be honest. But I know that we're focusing on this one because we're trying to solve it for the military. Oops. Then this is how they fit together. So originally we wanted to just give the air crew access to the ACANs and our integrated map layer. So we are in talks with Airbox to add our layer of, where are we going to find a helicopter landing spot, and shove that straight in there. So you would have all in one package. You would have the Airbox package on a tablet or in maybe in your interface. And what you would do is you would be like, all right, cool, I want to land now, I'm done flying, hit some buttons, change the layer on the map that you'd be seeing to the landing one, which we created, and then you would be like, perfect, there's a great spot over here, let's go check it out, land there, perfect. That's what we want to be able to provide. Originally it was only for the aircrew, however we thought if we could provide this software, the ACAN software and our solution as well to the data analysts, they could a lot faster identify, that's not really English there unfortunately, but they could identify landing spots and then give it to you guys before you leave. So you could have this in flight as like a backup, and the data analyst and geo branch, when planning a mission, would be able to give you a lot more information on that spot that they plan on doing the operation or something cool like that. So that is that. If I've left anything out, please just let me know. If you think that there's huge flaws missing from this, please let me know in the little questionnaire. Any feedback would be great. Basically, if you think this is helpful, let us know, because that's the most important thing. And then we can use those numbers to say, hey, listen, this is what we've discovered. This is what we want to try and push. We've heard that from people who work in the community. We've heard that they think it's a good thing, and then there's literally nothing stopping them from integrating that into helicopters and hopefully providing a safer, or at least a more tech intrusive software for landing. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you for your time. Have a good evening. Thank you.